Hello and welcome. Last week we did a relatively objective review of The Dark Knight Rises, and yeah, that's it. We were trying really hard. So
That's
now,
as objective as we get.
hopefully most of you have seen it, because this is not going to be objective. This is going to be something between a rant and a spoilerish waffle
It's
about
like
the movie.
a festival of spoilers.
So if you haven't seen it, don't watch this. It's spoiler heavy. Basically, this is us trying to figure out why the movie aggravated us so much. Why did the movie aggravate you so much?
Because it wasn't a Batman film. It was more like a film about a guy who was trying to be Batman and looked like Batman, but definitely wasn't, because he wasn't that smart. And he kind of wasn't that good at Kung Fu. And he kind of wanted to stop being Batman
A lot.
to get a girlfriend.
Okay. Is that really your main issue with the thing? Because I have all this.
No, I have more issues. But no, that's just the thing about Batman. He's defined by his kind of his will and his drive and his determination to clean up stuff. And he's given up on himself. He's like, I'm gone. I'm here for it. And in the second film, he's like, hey, you know what I'd like? Bit of that Rachel Dawes. That's for me.
If you put all the Batman films together, the amount of time he actually spends being Batman is quite slim.
Yes.
In what we have, nearly 9 hours of movies now.
Yeah, no, it's very small. And he's barely in. He doesn't show up for the first 40 minutes.
In this film.
Yeah.
As actual Batman.
But he doesn't show up as real Batman for the first 2.5 hours, really. Because
No,
the first time he's there, he's like pretender Batman. Out of practice Batman.
Yeah, well, but a lot of this film is him rebuilding himself, and then he finally comes back as Batman. He's only kick-ass Batman for a very short period of time, and even that isn't particularly interesting. But I mean, we're not even talking specifically about the problems. I mean, there are so many questions that I have here. I mean, what was he doing for 8 years? How does Joseph Gordon-Levitt know that he's Batman with no preamble? Did he just?
It's an orphan thing.
Yeah, you can just tell you've got this ESP. But there's this ridiculous brief romance with Marion Cotillard. There's no reason. They have a sex scene. They've only just met each other.
French, isn't she?
That just doesn't make any sense to me. It just seems like it's setting us up for this betrayal when she reveals who she is later on, which we can talk about, which is nice. But they don't focus in on it. There's no.
No, well, there's too much going on. There's so many characters. There's his
Extraneous
four
characters.
father figures or something. He's got a new best friend in JGL, and he's got his 2 girlfriends, and then
But there's random people, like you've got Juno Temple pops in and there's nothing.
And she disappears.
Yeah, she doesn't. There's no end for her. Matthew Modine, who is sometimes a fun actor, he hasn't been around very much. It's nice to see him on screen, but he provides nothing to this film.
Yeah,
he pops in, he gets an on-screen death, which some other major characters don't.
Yeah, Bane kind of doesn't. Bane, after 2.5 hours of being this juggernaut of evil and calculation, he takes a cannon blast to the chest and kind of rolls out of screen.
In my screening, he got the biggest laugh of the entire movie at his death, which is not really what you want.
No.
There's also not long after that, Batman is chasing after Marion Cotillard in a truck, and completely against his no-killing rule, he fires a shitload of missiles at her until she dies. And then goes and watches her die. It's like, I'm just going to totally go with this killing thing.
He's like, I was totally wrong. Guns and killing. That's the new thing. That's our new thing.
There's also issues like that. There's a ticking clock in this that goes on for 5 months, which just makes no sense to me. There's a city under martial law that it's really easy to move around. Everyone just wanders around the place. They kill their people by putting them out on the river, and then triumphant moment they set the river on fire because I think ice melts. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I am pretty sure ice doesn't melt down there. That's a ridiculous notion.
But I just think there are far too many inconsistencies. Okay, it's a long film. Maybe people think the proportion of inconsistencies to good stuff is reasonable, but
maybe, and the second viewing might improve.
Annoy you more?
Maybe as well, depending on the mood.
Do we need someone to say, "Oh, Robin's a nice name" at the end of the film?
I don't know. I would have been perfectly happy if his name was just John Blake. He finds the Batcave at the end, and he's like, "All right, might give this a shot." I don't need his name to be Robin.
No,
it's not like the Robin characters. Their name was Robin. It's not like Bruce Wayne. His parents were like, "Should we call him Batman Wayne, or should we stick with Bruce?" No, we'll stick with Bruce.
But there's no need. I mean, I don't think anyone wants to see a Robin movie anyway. But then to take all that, the sacrifice and everything, and then to just neuter it completely with this ridiculously sentimental ending, which I hated.
I kind of thought that was after going crazy for a minute.
Possibly, yeah.
Because he was so sad.
But it's also, okay, he has this stoic thing going on, but you thought the dude was dead. Go give him a hug, for Christ's sake. And that's how they end this movie, this massive trilogy. I just felt completely kind of underwhelmed by a lot of what happened in the latter portion of The Dark Knight Rises.
Yes, that's true. A lot of the spectacle kind of fizzled out. The trailered a lot of the criminals on cops, you know, they were charging each other. You kind of expect, and that literally amounts to background.
That prison break does nothing to
it.
it.
Yeah, it's just they're in the background, and then Bane and Batman have their last fight.
Quite a short fight as well.
It's a short one, and it's not great, but that was one of the few bits in the film that I liked. I got excited for it because it was Batman being Batman. You know, he took out, you know, he broke the mask and he was kind of fighting back for once.
Why are you talking about something good? We're supposed to be.
Oh, you're right, absolutely. Well, in contrast to that, there was the first Bane fight, and actually, here's the thing I noticed. Bane meets him on the walkway. He's holding his suit up,
as you do.
And then Batman runs over and he's like, "Time to punch you." And he kind of clocks him in the head 3 times. And Bane's just still holding. He's not even lifting his guard. He's just kind of going.
Well, he's wearing an anesthesia mask.
I don't know. It's just. It was a very one-note fight. It was just like, I'm Batman, I'm Bane, I'm better than you. Now I'm going to beat you up for 4 minutes.
What about the stuff in the supposedly horrible prison that's actually really well appointed and has an on-site chiropractor?
I'd like justification there.
Yeah, well, there's a place supposed to have no light, which clearly has a huge amount of light.
Oh, yeah.
There's plenty of people around. He has his own kind of accommodation. He has like a rig for the training.
True. Yeah.
No one bothers him. I mean, it's supposed to be Bane's prison. Are they not supposed to be stopping him from coming back?
I thought so.
Surely some dude would have shot him when he was about to escape from the prison.
I don't know. There was that bit. They were like, "Oh, it's Bane's prison." I'm like, "Really? Where's Bane?
Yeah.
Why are you helping Batman?"
But then they do
helping him by punching his vertebra back in.
But there's all this chanting. The chanting's for Bane. Clearly they're acolytes of Bane. And then they start doing the same chant for Batman as he's about to escape.
Well, he's a very impressive man. I don't know. They're only human.
He just. And how come you can jump further when you're not wearing a safety harness?
It's weighing you down.
It's saving your life.
That's true. One of my major issues with this trilogy as a whole is he's got the detective thing and the inventor thing, so that's the mind thing going on. He's got the whole determination thing, but
lots of money.
But he's also known for going into the night and beating the crap out of people. So he's a good martial artist.
The ninja assassin type.
Yeah,
thing,
and the fights in these 3 movies, they're all very poor, and the choreography itself is just very lazy, and the way they're shot is awful.
But also for this kind of covert character, there are quite a few bits in this where Catwoman and Batman are wandering around in their outfits, just mincing around the sewers, making no attempt to be hidden at all, and it amps up the silly to a level that I didn't think no one was going to take it to. Same with the vehicles. The vehicles in this are openly ridiculous in the way that they're not in the other movies, I don't think. I mean, there's this flying vehicle that makes no sense physically, I don't think. It looks like a wasp.
Well, wasps can fly.
It flies fast when there are missiles and slow when there aren't. I don't know. There are too many things in this film that annoy me for me to... Oh God, I was going to say to ever want to see it again, but I have to watch it again. I have to go see it.
I am interested in seeing this film because it's like when you're watching a movie you really want to see. The first time you see it, you know, like you watch it and you're like, okay, it's good, thank God, now I can see it again and enjoy it. I've seen this, I don't like it, so the next time I see it, maybe I'll enjoy it a bit more.
You might be surprised.
Maybe I will.
Well, yeah, you guys have probably seen it once. You're probably going to see it again.
You probably disagree with everything we've said.
That's fine. Let us know in the comments if you have your own opinions on it, and check out The Dark Knight Rises in cinema now.